Dun, 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 dun. Mark chapter 7. Now when the Pharisees of now when the Pharisees and some scribes had come up to Jerusalem gathered around him, who had come from Jerusalem gathered around him, they observed that some of his disciples have ate their meals with unclean, that is, unwashed hands. For the Pharisees, and in fact all Jews, did not eat without carefully washing their hands, keeping with the tradition of the elders. And on coming from the marketplace, they do not eat without purifying themselves, and there were many other things that they have traditionally observed: the purification of cups, the jugs and kettles, and beds. And so the Pharisees and the scribes questioned him, "Why do your disciples not follow the tradition of the elders, but eat instead a meal with unclean hands?" He responded, did Isaiah prophesy about you hypocrites? He responded, did Isaiah prophesy about you hypocrites, as it is written, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me? And in vain they do worship me, teaching the doctrines human precepts. You disregard God's commandments, but cling on to human tradition. Then he went on to say, how well have you set aside the commandments of God in order to uphold your traditions? For Moses said, honor your father and your mother, and whoever curses father or mother shall die. Yet ye say, if a person says to a father or mother, any support you might have from me is korban, meaning a dedication to God. You allow him to do nothing more for his father or mother. You nullify the word of God in favor of your tradition that you have handed on, and you may do many. You nullify the word of God and tradition in favor of your tradition that you have handed on, and you may do many such things. He summoned the crowd again and said unto them, hear me, all of you, and understand. Nothing that enters from outside can defile the person, but the things come out from within are what defile. The questions are, line 16 is empty. When he got home, away from the crowd, his disciples questioned him about the parable. He said to them, Are even you likewise without understanding? And he said unto them, when he got home away from the crowd, his disciples questioned him about the parable. He said to them, Are even you likewise without understanding? Do you even also understand? Are you even likewise without understanding? Do you not realize that everything that goes into a person from the outside cannot defile? Since it enters not the heart, but the stomach, and passes out the latrine, thus he declared all foods clean. But what comes out of a person is what defiles. From within people come the hearts, and from within people come their hearts, come evil thoughts, unchastity, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, licentious, whatever the hell that is, licentiousness, envy, blasphemy, arrogance, folly. All these evils come from within, and they defile. From that place he went off to the district of Tyre. He entered a house and wanted no one to know about it, but he could not escape notice. Soon a woman whose daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him. She came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek Syro-Phoenician by birth, and she begged to drive the demon out of her daughter. He said to her, Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take food of the children and throw it to the dogs. She replied and said unto him, even the dogs under the table eat the children's scraps. And he said to her, For saying this you may go, the demon has gone out of your daughter. When the daughter went home, she found the child lying in bed, and the demon gone. Again he left the district of Tyre and went by the way of Sidon to the Sea of Galilee, into the district of Decapolis. And people brought to him a deaf man who had a speech impediment, and begged him to lay his hand upon him. He took him by himself away from the crowd, put his finger into the man's ear, and spitting and touched his tongue. Then he looked up into heaven and groaned and said to him, Let it be opened. Effie flaffy fla foo foo. Fat-ha. Let it be opened. And immediately the man's ears were opened, his speech impediment was removed, and he spoke plainly. He ordered them not to tell anyone, but the more he ordered them not to, the more they proclaimed it. And they were exceedingly astonished, and they said, He has done all these things well. He makes the deaf hear and the mute speak. Okay, thank you for watching our show. We're going to have yourselves a good night. We're now on chapter, whatever the hell was that, 8. Chapter 8.